Hey loves, this is Bobby and I'm here with another vlog. So didn't have an amazing reading week, but at the same time I kind of did. I only finished one book this week. I was not prepared for how long it was going to be because I was just doing the audiobook at work and the audiobook was like 70 some freaking hours. Like it was long, or 48. It was really long, and listening to it I didn't listen to it the full 8 hours at work because I did have to stop listening to it to like focus on other stuff that was happening and I kept losing my spot. So yes, I finished one book and it was a 4-star book. So totally makes up for last week, which I had a bunch of 3-star books, which killed me because I was doing so well. But that is The Stand by Stephen King. I was not prepared for how freaked out I got while reading this. This takes place during 1985. There is a global pandemic that is happening, and it is a flu-like pandemic. I have read a few pandemic books while being on lockdown and everything. I was fine. I was in my little bubble of my house, so what did I really care about what I was reading? Yeah, I was listening to this while at work and like on my way to work when I realized how long it was. I was trying to finish it faster. To be surrounded by people during a pandemic, I was getting ready to like carry Lysol and start spraying anybody that got closer than 6 feet to me because this book was freaking me the hell out. But it was really great. I really enjoyed the story. I liked the characters. This is an older version of the book. I did not know that there was a newer uncut one that was super long, and that was the audiobook I listened to while I was trying to like follow along with the book like I normally do when I'm able to have the physical book in my hand. So I got really confused when the chapters didn't line up and there was a lot of extra. But yeah, apparently this is like a first edition of the paperback, which I was going to get rid of this and buy the updated version, but now I'm obviously going to keep it. Totally battered. I got this for like a quarter at the thrift store, but it's first edition, so I'm going to keep it. But yeah, I really did enjoy this though. I really like the characters. I like the story. The only thing why I couldn't go with 5 stars is that it just got really, really long-winded. There was so much of this that I was like, didn't feel like it was super important to the story, but I guess it added it. And it's just, I know Stephen King likes to keep going and keep going and keep going. I love his writing. All of his books are 4 or 5 stars for me. I don't actually think I've ever had anything lower than that for the books that I have read. But I want to read most of his books next year and just kind of like randomly. It's not like a huge goal of mine, but I do want to get through more of his books because I own a lot of his books and I haven't read them all. But I enjoyed it. I know they're making a TV show of it. I'm excited for that. I will definitely be watching it. So, yep, I just liked it. But that was the only book that I finished this week because of just how freaking long it was. Like, I was not prepared. I didn't pay attention to how long it was when I started playing it, and then I kind of noticed I wasn't making very much progress very fast. And that was why. So, yes. Did get my first DNF, though. So I tried to read a second book, but yeah, I'm really, really bummed that it's a DNF. I got about 40% done and I could not do it anymore. Like, let me tell you, I just could not. This is a book a lot of people would like, but for me, I was doing the audiobook, so I don't know, maybe it was the audiobook I wasn't digging, but all in all, I just really didn't care. And that is The Future of Another Timeline by Annalie Newitz. Let me just sum up this book on why I DNF'd it. I did not care for one of the characters. This is 2 different timelines. We have Tessa, who is a time traveler from the year 2022, and then Beth, who is from 1992. Yeah. This sounded like something I would love. Like, it was why I bought it. Had a really cool looking cover, but this is like a feminist, queer, time traveling, trying to correct and keep history together, just awesome sounding book. This book was like playing a game of feminist freaking bingo. Like, it's like they looked up how to be a feminist and then just took every single bullet point and turned it into a bingo board and tried to get every single one of those things marked down within the first 5 pages. Like, it's just, I got so just frustrated while reading it because I didn't feel like anything was happening. And then Tessa is trying to keep the timeline as well as trying to fix it to help support women more. And then there is this other fraction, I cannot remember the name of them, but it's like an incel men's one that are going around trying to corrupt it and keep women, you know, as the lower class and everything, which sounds really good, but oh my god, the men characters that are the bad guys, or like the ones that are trying to fuck with the timeline, have no personality. It is the most flat thing. Like, how you can totally make these people like awful. You're already telling me like they're trying to make it so that women don't get the right to vote, can't do anything. Like, I'm gung ho gonna hate these guys. She managed to make them so goddamn boring and just cookie cutter, and I was like, yeah, I got, like I said, about 40% on. I could not do it. I won't do it. I will be unhauling this. I just Beth's Where I Was Going sounded really interesting, and when I was reading reviews trying to see if maybe it would be worth it for me to finish it, a lot of people say that Beth's does get a little better. Like, her story is the one you kind of care about more. Tessa, it's like the author tries to explain so much about the time travel and stuff and then kind of ends up throwing half of it out the freaking window. So yeah, DNF. I know this is a book that a lot of people will probably like, but for me, it's just, like I said, it felt like a game of bingo, and I'm just trying to check off a checklist, and that's all it was. I didn't care about any of the characters, really. Like I said, Beth's, I was getting interested into it, but I didn't care enough to finish because I was literally like rolling my eyes and just like sighing while listening to it, which that's not a good sign. So yeah, that was the DNF. I'm really bummed because I believe that's my first DNF of the year, which, I mean, it is November, so it's not too bad, but I was really trying not to get any, but I couldn't do it. Like, I'm not going to force myself. I did start The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. I am loving it so far. I'm not very far in. I'm like maybe 100 pages in so far, but I'm absolutely adoring it. That's my book that I am reading. I'm not listening to that one. I'm actually reading that one physically. That I'm reading during my breaks and stuff, but it's picking up. I'm really enjoying the character and I want to see where everything's going. So I really can see myself diving into that one. So I'm loving that so far. I'm really excited to just like jump in there. I have also started listening to the audiobook of The Sandman by Neil Gaiman from Audible. I got a 3-month trial for Audible for free. So I definitely wanted to listen to that. Tried to listen to it on Saturday because I had finished The Stand on Friday. But my Audible has like the worst. I have like the worst luck with it. It like will not download my books. I finally got it downloaded and all it kept doing was like pausing and pausing on me, so I got really irritated. So I had to fix that. But I think about an hour and a half, 2 hours into it right now. I was just listening to it today, which is Sunday. I'm enjoying it. The voice work is awesome. I have read I think I'm on volume 5 or 6 of the comic series. So I already know what's going to happen and everything, but I'm really, really freaking enjoying it. Like, I'm loving the voice work, the whole full cast and, sound effects and everything is just amazing. And Neil Gaiman is my, like, favorite author. So I know it's going to be 5 stars. Like, I can tell you right now, it's going to be 5 stars. I think all the comics have been 5 stars or 4 stars. So there we go. Also, really quick before I wrap up this week, I got book mail because there are book sales galore. These are just the ones that have came in. I have heard nothing but amazing things really from this. Like, all of my favorite booktubers and stuff have all recommended it, said it was great, and that is the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I don't really know too much about him. I've been really like skipping ahead when like they talk about plot wise and stuff. I've heard nothing but good things, and I know this, like, we follow like 3 different timelines, and I believe I did get spoiled on part of the timelines on it, but I don't really mind like at all. Like it actually made me seem a lot more interested in it. So there we go. I can't wait to start those. I'm probably going to start those, at least the first one, maybe in January, maybe December if I get the chance. I'm not sure because I still have a lot of books though. I want to do a end of the year TBR. I'm going to be joining hopefully some readathons in December, but I also have like a couple books that I really want to get into. So we'll see how all that goes. I gotta figure that out since it's already like the end of November. I also got The Children of Time by Adrian Chbosky. This is a sci-fi book. I don't actually know what it's about. I randomly had added it and I liked the cover. So, and I want to read more sci-fi. Like that was my goal for this year, and I have read quite a few. But I really want to get into more sci-fi for next year. So I've kind of just been like looking up like really highly recommended sci-fi books, and this one came highly recommended, so I went with it. I don't know. I buy books just like at random. And the last one that I bought was Black Hole by Charles Burns. This is a graphic novel. I've had this one recommended since I really fell in love with Junji Ito. I've had this recommended countless times as soon as I finished Uzumaki. So I'm really curious. I didn't want to go into this really knowing anything about it. When it comes to graphic novels, I like going in blind. I like maybe the basis just to see if it's something I would like. But they said it's horror, and if you like Junji Ito, you'd like this. So another one I don't know what it's about. I'm totally bad about finding out what books are about. So there we go. That's what's what. I am not sure what I'm going to be reading next week. I really want to read what is it called? Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, because I want to, that is like my number one goal for maybe December, but definitely January, is to read the rest of the Cosmere series. So I have finished Mistborn, and then I had read Elantris, so I wanted to do Warbreaker next before I get into the Stormlight Archive, and I'm super excited that I'm so excited for the series. So there we go. That's what's what. That is where I'm at. But for the next week, I really have no idea. I was planning on reading Harrow the Ninth, if you remember me saying last week, and I had it downloaded. I was getting ready to put it on. I was actually going to listen to that before the stand, but I don't know what it is with Scribed or Scribd, still don't know how it's pronounced, that they pull books off randomly, and it's pissing me off really bad. Like, it's irritating the hell out of me. Like, I had quite a few of the books that I wanted to read this month already downloaded and saved, so they totally messed up my TBR that I had for myself because they pulled every single one of the queer books that I wanted to listen to. So I am not a happy camper with that. So I'm kind of just playing it fast and loose for the rest of this month. I don't know what I'm going with, but Warbreaker is the one that I'm going to be reading next, and then I don't know what after that. So I don't know. And then The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue I want to finish. So there we go. That's what's what. That's where I'm at. I will check in with you guys next week. Hopefully I'll get better than one book, but we don't know. I don't know. Because I know Warbreaker's pretty long, so we'll see. So check with you guys later. Bye.